Hi everyone, my name is Dwayne Nunnally, and today I'll be interviewing my daughter, Alieshia Nunnally.
Yes.
Yes. So all of y'all can get to know her and her brand and what's behind her brand, and make sure to comment. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe on her YouTube channel. All right, so today we're going to ask you, Alieshia, who is Alieshia?
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you all so much. Alieshia is a 26-year-old creative, content creator. Originally from Iowa, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia right now. And I like to write, so I like to blog, I like to do media things. I graduated with my master's from Western Kentucky in higher education and my bachelor's in liberal studies. And I'm just, a fun, lucky girl. I like to travel and I like to meet new people and create content for y'all.
Yes, that's my daughter. She likes to create content. And she is on this entrepreneur tip. And did you always know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
No, I really didn't know I wanted to be an entrepreneur until I got into high school, honestly. And I kept going to these stores and I kept supporting these Asian-owned businesses at these hair stores. And I was like, why do we keep supporting them? Why don't we own our own stuff? So I also went natural. So I was trying to, do me. So I was trying to, create products and stuff like that for my hair. So that's really how I even thought about becoming an entrepreneur, was from high school and knowing that I could own my own business. I could start my own hair care product line because that's when naturals hair care products came out and became big. So I would say not since I was younger, but since high school.
Oh, that's very interesting, because this next question is going to ask how long have you been creating content. But I remember one time you was creating and almost burned the house down.
No.
So I'm going to ask, how long have you been creating content?
I did not do that yet.
Hey, you made you put some hair stuff.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I know if I burnt the house down though.
No, you didn't.
I always actually been writing since I was in middle school. My dad thinks that he can take credit for this, but when I was younger, I used to read a lot. And then I used to write stuff, so I just really just created my own stories in my head. So I would say I started writing when I was really, really young, but creating content, I would say that I started the junior year of my college years. I started a blog because I wanted to study abroad Trinidad and Tobago. People really didn't look like me, and so I wanted to share my experience of studying abroad because I didn't see that many black women traveling the world. So yeah,
I really did. I really am responsible. No, okay, all right. So the next question is, what is your why? What is your why?
So my why is I want people to really see themselves, see people who will look like them, and I want people to have a voice. I feel like growing up different ways in different cultures and different environments with your families, people always don't have to have they always aren't allowed to have their own voice. They always aren't allowed to speak up for themselves and everything like that. So within this media, this journey or whatever, it's really being voice for voiceless and speaking out on what I believe and speaking out on what I'm passionate about and speaking about what I really want people to understand about the different ways of life. And my why is also sharing and showcasing that just because you're black does not mean that you can't do this. Just because you're a woman don't mean that you can't do this. You can do whatever you want to put your mind to, and just showing that through my life, I feel like that is my why. So
that's your why. Yeah, you can do what you want to do, and you can be what you want to be. I have coined 2020 through 2030 the decade of vision. The decade of vision. And so our next question to you is, what are your goals for the year 2022?
My goals for the year are to write a book. I want to travel more. My dad thinks I travel all the time, but I don't. I want to get a higher paying job, maybe a job more in my field. But I really want to be able to take like content creating more serious, not more serious because I've always taken it seriously, but I want to invest in myself more with content creation. So I want to be able to grow my subscribers, grow my views. So hopefully 2022 y'all get a lot of content from my podcast, Millennial Thoughts, if you didn't know I had one. And also my YouTube channel, Alieshias Adventures. So in 2022, those are my goals, to reach, monetization and just being able to create great content for people to watch.
Hey, I want that to happen because, hey, put some money in my pocket now. Yeah, I'm very proud of my daughters and my sons. They're out there taking care of themselves and doing things. And so, they have their work time, but they also have their downtime. And that's our next question. What do you do on your downtime?
So on my downtime, I thought this was really, really important because I really don't have that much downtime, but I was just thinking about what people do. I would say I watch YouTube because clearly I do watch YouTube. I watch my shows like my Queen Sugars, my Insecure. But honestly, on my downtime, I think I just think of ideas. I'm like, oh, what can I write about? Oh, what can I read about? Or I travel on my downtime, but sometimes that doesn't count as much anymore because I kind of work when I travel a little bit. But on my downtime, I sleep. I sleep when I relax. I watch TV. I talk to friends. That's really what I do on my downtime. I love a good laugh. I love a good TV show. Sometimes depending on what it is, that's what I do on my downtime.
All right, yeah, that's why you do your downtime, huh? And I know because I call her a lot. So, this next question is just a question. You into your brand. You're creating a brand behind the Nunley brand, Alieshia brand. But how did you know you were starting to build your brand?
When I started, I did mention that I started my blog in college. I really didn't think of it as building my brand, but low-key I always knew that I wanted to be a writer. I just never knew how to become a writer. But I heard about blogging and stuff like that, so of course I researched it. I started on Wix, actually. Now I'm on WordPress, so go check it out, alieshiasadventures.com. But then when I was in grad school, I started my podcast. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm starting to build a brand. But people would talk to me all the time, how do you travel so much? So I started an Instagram, which was Alieshias Adventures, that focused on travel. How do you travel so much in school and stuff like that? And I'd be like, I don't really know. So I would just share that. But that's kind of how I feel like I started my brand in 2017. I knew people were like, oh, you travel, oh, you do that stuff. That's how I got into the vlogging and stuff like that. And so I really think I just started learning that I was building a brand when I started posting on Instagram, when I started talking on Facebook and stuff like that. And then probably truly when I started my podcast, because my goal is, if you don't know, is to be a talk show host one day. So I was figuring out different ways to do that. So that's how I know I started my brand. Was when I was okay, I'm doing this, I'm creating this content, I'm putting this out there, I'm promoting it, I'm marketing it and stuff like that. It's not a hobby no more.
Okay, so you're building that brand. Building that brand. You got to start somewhere, and go forward. And we're looking forward with this next question. What are we looking forward from you? And what's next?
In 2022. Yes, so what's coming next 2022 while you are seeing this interview with my dad? It's okay, we gonna work with him because he's crazy. But I'm starting a series on my channel, and it's called Behind the Brand, where I interview entrepreneurs, business owners, content creators about who they are behind their brand. It's a talk show, kind of like this feel. So that's definitely on my channel. That'll be on my YouTube channel. Also, I have my podcast, Millennial Thoughts. I'll be on my 6th season for that. So that is where I talk and discuss about life after grad. Next year, we're going to be doing some interviews. We're going to be talking about Black history, women's history, and stuff like that. So that'll be coming from my Millennial Thoughts. My dad's trying to get me to write this play. We'll see how that goes. And then I also am thinking about like opening up a boutique, and also I am working on media management with PR, so I'll be working on that business as well. So that is what you can look forward to on 2022. So if you don't want to get left behind, make sure you follow and subscribe to all my stuff, okay? All my content.
And that's great. And that's just a little snippet. We can't do a documentary right now, but just a little snippet of my daughter, Alieshia. Her real name is Amanda, but she's like Alieshia. But
my real name is Alieshia.
We thank you so much for joining us, and I love you, baby.
Yes, thank you, Dad. He calls me Amanda because he wanted me to be named after my grandma. But everybody calls me Alieshia. So thank you all so much for watching this. Thank you all for, commenting, sharing. Make sure you like. And I'm also interviewing my dad too, so make sure y'all stay and wait for that interview as well. Thank you. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Dwayne Nunnally, and today I'm interviewing my daughter, Alieshia.
I told you.
Nunnally.
You gotta do it over.
No.
Yes.
They won't know. Hey,
You gotta do it over. You gotta do it over.
This is my daughter.
You gotta do it over.
I know what I named you.
You gotta say Alieshia. They don't not even know my middle name.